What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Nintendo Friends. Today, we will be talking about the 35th anniversary of The Legend of Zelda and a segment of the show we like to call Nintendo Newbie. I am your host, DA, and with me, as always, is my co-host and fellow gamer, Abel. How you doing today, Abel?
Doing really good. Good day today.
Yeah. I feel really excited about this because today, the day that we're recording this, is the 35th anniversary of the Legend of Zelda franchise, which is one of the best franchises of all time. I don't have to tell you, but what is your relationship with the Legend of Zelda?
My relationship with the Legend of Zelda, man. So that's actually a really loaded question.
We got time.
Yeah. I'd say my relationship is just, I don't know, it's just a childhood game. It's a great game. It's nostalgic. It's just masterfully made. I can't describe. I don't know. Like, my relationship with the game is I don't know. I love it. I really do. The whole franchise in general, the characters, everything.
Would you say that Zelda is your favorite Nintendo franchise?
Let me think about that. Cause there's so many. Why
do I feel like it is with you though? Because
it's definitely Pokemon and Zelda in terms of Nintendo.
I was gonna say Pokemon would be like a close second.
I would say Zelda is probably my favorite Nintendo franchise.
Alright.
Yeah, I gotta say.
Well, it better be because this is the 35th anniversary show
today
that we're doing. So, so that's cool, man. For me, The Legend of Zelda entered my life at about, I want to say I was 8 years old. I had played.
I was around that age too.
Yeah, I had played the original NES game. I really think that's one of the least fun Zelda games, even though it's a good game, like, don't get me wrong, but it just doesn't hold up as well as other things do. But it was
definitely a good start.
Oh yeah, that's where we get the music and everything like that.
Definitely a strong start to the franchise.
Exactly, for the time that it came out, which was in 1986. But then after that, I had played a little bit of Ocarina of Time because I didn't have a Nintendo 64 yet. So, but I didn't really get into Zelda like hardcore until really 2 years ago. So I played Breath of the Wild, I played Link's Awakening, the new version because I did like the old version as well. So the Game Boys where I really played, the Game Boy Advance, the Game Boy Advance is where I got into Zelda. Started playing Minish Cap and Link's Awakening,
Four Swords,
stuff like that. So, but it's been 35 years. The Legend of Zelda is for those who don't know, if you don't know, go out and play anything this game. They're all great. Even the worst ones are fantastic. It's a high fantasy action adventure video game franchise. It was created by Shigeru Miyamoto, one of the grandfather, mighty all beings of Nintendo, and Takashi Tezuka. Published and developed by Nintendo. They've also been outsourced, to Capcom, Vanpo, and Grizzle Games. I believe Grizzle made the remakes of Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask for the 3DS. I believe so. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that that's what they are. So, it's kind of more action RPG. This series, if you don't, for those who don't know, it centers around a young or a boy, Link and his, the many incarnations of him. Him as a boy, him as an older guy, him as a teenager. So
the whole timeline is crazy.
It's bizarre.
Yeah, the Zelda timeline is super intricate and wild.
It's you think Star Wars has a big timeline and crazy? Nah,
the Zelda timeline is not
even, it doesn't
else.
even compare.
Yeah,
but Link has he has got pointy elf-like ears and. He's always trying to save Princess Zelda, which is a magical princess that is a mortal reincarnation of the goddess Hylia. Is that right?
Hylia, yeah.
And they fight to save the magical land of Hyrule from Ganon.
Yes.
Which is the bad guy, but love him anyway. So, because he's so
Great
that was
villain.
one of the things I think. We'll talk about that. Is that Ganon to me is one of the best villains because especially in Nintendo 64 era, he looks really scary. Like he looks so threatening. Like he would like.
Yeah, he's menacing.
That pointy nose and that scary smirk.
Yeah. Yeah, he's.
Oh, I got shivers. But yeah, it's
crazy
just,
dark wizard.
But that is just how a lot of the Zelda games are about. It's not always Ganon who's the villain,
right?
But that's who is mainly the villain. So I want to talk about every Zelda game that has come out in order, wow. And I believe I have this right. It would be 1986 was The Legend of Zelda, 1987 The Adventure of Link, which is I misquoted. I think that's one of the worst Zelda games of all time, but it's still okay.
Yeah.
1991.
But that's not a stretch to say that.
No, I don't think so.
To a lot of fans.
I think people will agree.
Yeah.
1991, A Link to the Past. 1993, Link's Awakening, my favorite Zelda game of all time. 1998, dang it, I gave it away. It's okay. 1998, Ocarina of Time and Link's Awakening Deluxe Edition came out that year as well.
Oh,
cool. 2000 was Majora's Mask. 2001 was Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages. 2002, Four Swords of the Wind Waker as well. 2004 was the Four Sword Adventures and the Minish Cap. 2006, Twilight Princess. 2007, Phantom Hourglass. 2009, Spirit Tracks. 2011, Ocarina of Time 3D on the 3DS, as well as Skyward Sword. 2013, The Wind Waker HD, and A Link Between Worlds.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. 2015, Majora's Mask 3D for the 3DS, and also Triforce Heroes.
Yeah.
2016, Twilight Princess HD. Did I? Okay, yeah, okay. I'm like, did I mention these before? But I did. I did. Okay. 2016 was Twilight Princess HD. So it was all of these HD ones. They're
the remakes,
remasters.
That was a good remaster.
Yeah. 2017 was one of the best Zelda games of all time. Breath of the Wild. 2019 was the remake. So not a remaster, but a remake of Link's Awakening, which is my favorite Zelda game of all time, and I really love it. And 2020 last year was Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity.
Yep.
I didn't include the first Hyrule Warriors, because I feel like it is a Zelda game, but it's very separate in what it does, because it's more of a Dynasty Warriors. But I want to include Hyrule Warriors 2, like the new one, the Age of Calamity, because
it's a continuation.
It connects with what is it? Breath of the Wild. So, which is an amazing game. And then we so that's the order of how they were released, and it's a lot of games, man. It's been
spoiler alert, 2021 we're gonna get what do you call it?
we'll get to that.
Yeah, okay. So, we'll get to that.
So
but wait, you forgot the best Zelda game of all time, and I know
Zelda Pinball.
No, it's like that, honestly, and diehard Zelda fans will know this. You might have heard this game before, but you forgot the illustrious Link's crossbow training from the Wii.
Right. So what would you say is your favorite Zelda game of all time?
Well,
I know we've already mentioned it before.
Yeah. But for those who don't know, my favorite Zelda game of all time is Majora's Mask. That came out in 2000.
Why of all when there's games like Ocarina of Time, when there's games like Breath of the Wild, why is that one your favorite?
That one just speaks to me on so many levels. Like, I
Abel, play me, come play me.
Honestly, I have the cartridge, so sometimes it kind of just speaks to me, and I'm just like, maybe I will play it. But I also have the emulator too, so.
Nintendo's gonna come for you. Nintendo's gonna come for you.
I mean, I own the original cartridge, and that's all. But, anyways, no. That game, yeah. I think that game has so much personality. It's so quirky. It's so creepy. It's so, just trippy. It's literally Alice in Wonderland mixed with Zelda, and it's cool. I really dig it. I dig the
LSD.
Honestly, it kind of is at certain parts. Yeah. I dig the aesthetic. I dig the story. I like Majora's Mask as a villain. I like the moon. I think it's a very solid game with a solid villain and a solid story to tell. I like it, and I like the idea of the masks. I like that you get to play as a Goron, a Zora, Deku Scrub, and then you get to have the Fierce Deity mask if you collect all the masks. at the end of the game. Like, I love the music in the game. I could go on and on, but that game has just so many different cool and intriguing aspects that just really connect to me. So
cool.
I always enjoy playing it. I never have a bad time playing that game. So okay, now what for you is your favorite Zelda game?
So I've already given it away, but my favorite Zelda game doesn't even have Zelda in it.
Yeah, no, that one doesn't have
Zelda.
So
mine is Link's Awakening. The reason why that is my favorite is because when it came out, it was different.
Yeah.
And even now, it's different. When it came out on the Game Boy, because of the limitations of the Game Boy, it only has 2 buttons.
Yeah.
The game had so much content. It was so ahead of its time. You had to have all these things, like you had to hold your boots, you had to hold your arrows, you had to hold your shield, you had to hold your sword, you had to hold all, and you had to switch between them. Using the select button A, B. That's all the buttons that you had.
Right.
Whereas now we have the left and right bumpers. The left and right triggers and stuff like that. And on the Switch is the ZL, the ZR buttons. So when they remade Link's Awakening, it just made it even better because you didn't have to switch anymore with A and B. You can now use all of these buttons to switch between what you need. So, but because of the limitations, it was still a really cool game and a really you got lost in it, man.
Yeah. Did you get it when it came out?
So I got the Link's Awakening 2019 version remake when it came out.
Oh, okay.
Like when it actually came out.
Yeah.
So that's the first Zelda game I actually got when it first came out. So everything else I bought afterwards. So that one and Hyrule Warriors would be the only games that I got when they came out. But also going back to Link's Awakening, I do like the 2019 version. The look of it is so cool.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
very
the
animated.
Art style
Yeah,
is
I wasn't with it at first, but
yeah.
I grew to like it once I started playing it.
It's definitely a bit of a veer away from a lot of other art styles. Like I know famously when Wind Waker first came out, a lot of Zelda fans were like, "Oh, what is this art style?" Like,
but now people love it.
But now people love it. Yeah.
And now it's what you see a lot of people use
for Link. Art, for animations, for things like that.
But if you look at the games afterwards, like in Smash and stuff like that, it returns. But Link's Awakening.
So I understand what you mean by the art style, like you getting used to it.
Right.
That definitely makes sense.
Yeah, and Link's Awakening, the music is great. Everything about Zelda music is great.
Honestly.
But it's weird that it doesn't have Zelda in it. But it. So basically, Link wakes up on this island, and he is trying to remember what went on. He gets shipwrecked on an island. And you're just you have to wake up the windfish. You have to get all of these instruments, collect all these instruments so you can play a tune to wake it up. And that's really what the game is about. You go over all this island, you explore. I'm very exploration. I'm an exploration guy. I'm an explorer.
Yeah.
So that's why I love, when we talked about 3D World, I talked about how I loved Odyssey, Super Mario Odyssey, and the exploration part, and how I hoped that they had put that into 3D World, So I'm very an exploration guy, so that's what I love about Link's Awakening, and it's kind of hard. Yeah. Honestly, it really is, it's really not so tough that,
go searching around for
right,
stuff.
you really
it doesn't
have
hold your
to,
hand a lot.
It doesn't hold your hand. Which I don't really like those games a lot.
Right,
I like my handheld. I like my handheld when it comes to games sometimes, for the most part, but a lot of the times it works for me. So
yeah.
But that is my favorite Zelda game.
Cool.
So what I want to talk about next is Zelda's very well known for its music. A lot of Nintendo IPs are known for its music. That it just
Don't tell me you're gonna ask me what my favorite Zelda song is. Oh my gosh. No. Okay,
it's gonna be kind of hard though. It's gonna be kind of hard. What is your favorite Zelda soundtrack? I already know the answer to this, but I want you to tell the people.
Oh man. You know what's interesting? I will say yes, because my favorite soundtrack is Majora's Mask, because it also is my favorite game. I just adore that soundtrack. But I will say that I gotta say that, and this might be unpopular opinion, but this is my opinion. A very close second, tied with Ocarina of Time, because Ocarina of Time is my second, but I feel like I just can't put this one below Ocarina of Time because it would be doing it injustice. And I feel like a lot of people don't really give this soundtrack more attention, but the Twilight Princess soundtrack is an amazing soundtrack. Amazing soundtrack. I love all the music in Twilight Princess, and I always have loved the music in Twilight Princess. To the point where I honestly have to tie it with Ocarina of Time because there's so many good songs that fit the atmosphere of Twilight Princess, and that's what I like the most. I like songs that fit the scene, fit the atmosphere, make the atmosphere, like that just set the whole setting for wherever you're at or whatever you're doing,
Nice.
So, okay, now what's your favorite Zelda soundtrack?
My favorite would have to be Ocarina of Time. Just from... I listen to the soundtrack still. Like, I don't really think that any other Zelda game will match it. Maybe Link's Awakening for me. But like...
Wrong answer.
Still, but still no. Like Ocarina of Time is just an OG, man. Like
it really is.
It's so good. Like it incorporates all the old Zelda music. The theme itself, and the Zelda theme itself, which came out on the very first game.
The classics.
And also its own thing, and it's just so beautifully composed, I think, and.
No, it really is. It really is.
I really do want to play Twilight Princess, and I really hope that they come out with a collection, for the 35th anniversary. Because if Nintendo,
would be so cool.
If Nintendo does not come out with a 35th anniversary Zelda, a celebration edition, I will literally be super pissed because but that's actually a perfect segue as to what we're going to talk about next, and this is the last thing. This will be the last thing for Zelda. Is Nintendo came out with a Direct a couple days ago, and I was really hoping for the Zelda 35th anniversary collection,
the equivalent of Super Mario 35.
Right, the 35th. The 3D All Stars, which was
3D All Stars. Yeah.
You would think that they would just
do it, but
you would think that they would just do it, like just come on, Nike it, like. But the thing is, they announced that they will be releasing Skyward Sword HD for the Nintendo Switch, which I am really psyched about. I've never played Skyward Sword. Have you played Skyward Sword?
Yes, I have.
You have, really?
I have played Skyward Sword. I played it on the Wii.
Yeah, it was.
I did not play it on the Wii U because I believe it's also on the Wii U.
Probably a little bit upscaled, or is it the same game?
It's the same game.
Oh, okay. So the thing that was big about Skyward Sword is that, well, one, it came out on the Wii, and the Wii was like really hip and innovative at the time. Motion controls. Yeah, motion controls was like the thing.
Yeah, the Xbox Kinect and everything.
It was its gimmick, you know. So I haven't played that. I'm really excited. Apparently, it's a really good game.
It is a good game.
So I'm excited. Don't tell me nothing about it. But because I really want to
I will say though, I think it does get a lot of hate.
Does it? I feel like people.
Skyward Sword gets some flack, just for certain things that are probably honestly going to be fixed with the Switch version. So, I'll say this. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but a lot of people give it hate for the controls.
Really, that's one of the things I'm excited about.
Well, the controls for I'm talking the Wii when it first came out.
Okay.
Because famously, Skyward Sword's controls weren't that great for the Wii. The motion controls weren't that great for Skyward Sword.
Oh, I think I did hear something like that.
Yeah.
But what I hear actually is that this Switch version will actually be more smooth.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of the main reasons why people were giving that game flack would be fixed with it being on the Switch now.
Cool. But so with them announcing Skyward Sword HD, the remaster for Switch. They announced that, I don't know if you saw this, the Joy-Cons, the Zelda Joy-Cons.
Oh yeah, those look cool.
They do look cool. And I'm probably not going to get them because they're going to be all out.
Hella expensive.
Yeah, they're hecka expensive, but it's just they're going to be, I feel like they're going to be sold out like this.
Probably.
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 But they do look really cool. I really hope I do get the chance to get them. But I'm really excited for this game because, like I said, I never played it before. The motion controls. I had never played Super Mario Galaxy until the 3D All Stars. And I play that game on the TV, not in handheld mode. I play it on the TV with 2 Joy-Con in my hand, like the Wii and the Nunchuk controllers. So I love that game. I think it's perfectly fine. I think it's awesome, amazing with the Switch Joy-Cons. No matter, even though they're super small, I still enjoy it. So I can't really see me not, unless the controls are really bad, I can't really see me hating Skyward Sword. For that reason. But they do optimize the controls for people who have Switch Lite. So you Switch Lite owners, you guys will get to play the game. You will get to play the game. They have it optimized for handheld mode. Nice. So where you don't have to do the Joy-Cons. So for people who aren't excited about the motion controls, you can play it on your regular Switch too in handheld mode. So anyway, so they need to though. Zelda, that Direct really got to me because they did not announce that. But I really hope that they announce a 35th anniversary collection, because then I get to play Wind Waker, which I've never played. I get to play Twilight Princess, which I've never played, and I'm really excited because of what you just said about the soundtrack. I've seen the beginning only to Twilight Princess. I've only seen the beginning, and it does sound really
beginning cutscene.
Yeah, the beginning
or gameplay
and cutscene.
Oh, okay.
And it's very interesting.
Yeah.
And it looks great. Like, it looks like...
Oh, yeah. It looks really good.
I was like, this came out on the freaking, Wii?
It was on GameCube and Wii.
No way.
It was on GameCube. It came out in 2006 or something like that.
Oh, man. So it's kind of like a Breath of the Wild thing where it came out on the, the Wii U and the Switch.
Yeah.
So, dang, that's cool. That's really cool. So I'm really excited for that. So hopefully, come on, Nintendo, you gotta give the people what they want. That's all that they want. They just want, you did it for Mario, do it for Zelda. So
Zelda is just as much a prolific gaming franchise as Mario.
I think it's just as important.
Yeah,
and
definitely, and it's just as deserving of one.
Oh yeah,
as
absolutely.
Mario is. So yeah,
and I think maybe a little bit more because I like Mario more, but the thing is, there are terrible Mario games. They exist.
Yeah.
But and some Zelda games do they're not that great, but they're significantly better.
Quality.
Yes.
Wise.
I would say. But, come on.
I would agree to that.
Yeah. Well, 35 years of Zelda.
Yep.
I think I need to celebrate this with some Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity tonight.
And you know what? I think I'm going to celebrate this with Majora's Mask on the 3DS and not my emulator.
Oh yeah, you have the cartridge.
I have the cartridge too. So you know what? I'm going to do that, and I have it on 3DS.
You're welcome.
I'll use the Nintendo products.
All right, it's now time for this segment of the show that we call Nintendo Newbie, and it is where we get somebody to play a Nintendo game who's never played it before, and we get their reaction and their thoughts on it. So Abel had to actually leave, so he's unfortunately not with us at this part of the show, but we have my friend Desiree. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good.
Nice. So what you're about to see, for those that are listening on Spotify and audio only, you're about to see Desiree and her first reactions and playing Super Mario Galaxy for the first time. If you're on YouTube, you'll be able to see it. But without further ado, here we go.
Woo! Super Mario Galaxy! Aww, that's cute. At the castle on the night of the Star Festival, there's something I'd like to give you. Okay, Peach. He's so happy. How do I move? I know how to jump. Do I have to catch them all? This ain't Pokemon! Is it Bowser or Bowser?
Bowser.
Mario, please. Fine. You are or where I are? IR doesn't make any sense. So I gotta find the bunnies. Ooh. I'm breaking my neck over here. Are there clues as to where they're at? What is that on the roof? Is that the bunny? No, that's a star. Ooh! There's the bunny! I caught it. I get a golden star. I knew I should have hidden in the crater. Literally told me where you're hiding. Come here! This dude's fast. I caught him. Okay, I'm glad to be here, everybody. Yes, I'm collecting stars. Okay. Well, I'm having fun. I'm having a great time.
So we played Super Mario Galaxy for the first time. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience as far as like what were you expecting after seeing that title, or even like the name, Super Mario Galaxy? What comes to your mind?
So I guess what comes to my mind is maybe Mario is like outer space.
Nice. Well, I mean, with the title like Galaxy, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Cool. So, what was your favorite part of the game?
My favorite part of the game was trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do. There was a lot of running around everywhere, but I really liked how pretty the game was. Like, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a really gorgeous game, and it was the game that you played. So Super Mario Galaxy came out in 2006 on the Wii. You remember the Wii?
Yes.
We would like to play, you know. So,
yes.
So it was released on the Wii, but what you played was actually a remastered version. So it was like the graphics were upscaled. You know the backgrounds. You know it was just basically remastered. So and it looks more HD. Yeah. So that's what you played.
Yeah, it was really nice.
But it's funny because like the Wii version is really not that far apart from it. It's just like a little bit lower resolution, but it still looks beautifully.
Yeah.
Like it's wonderful.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. So that's cool. I really like the art of it too. So, what would you say is the most frustrating about that game? I think I have an idea, but you know.
So I think the most frustrating part was when there was a level or a world, I'm not sure what it was, but I had to... Oh, no, wait. Okay, there was a couple frustrating parts. So you're going to have to help me remember. Okay. Are they worlds or what are they?
So they're different galaxies.
Okay,
so you're like shooting across different galaxies.
So there was one galaxy in particular where if I got too close to the edge, I'd fall. And that happened a lot.
Yeah.
There was this big round thing coming for me. I don't really remember what it was. What was it?
I don't remember.
Okay, actually. There was something.
But you know that problem is actually more common than you think.
Yeah.
I would say that I'm kind of like not a master, but I'm a pretty, skilled Mario player, and I had a hard time with, falling off the edge as far as like, cause like there's like a black hole inside of the galaxy that you're like on, mm-hmm. and like it kind of sucks you in if you get too close, and so like you just got to be really careful. But I definitely,
Okay, that was the problem then. It sucks you in because I would get too close, or I would get close, but not close enough to fall. But I just fell. You know what I mean?
But you still fell.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know. That was frustrating because I fell a few times, and I don't like to be careful. I just want to keep running.
You just want to be carefree. So we could probably play Super Mario Odyssey that probably next time. So next Nintendo Newbie, you might see that. So
cool.
But yeah. So would you recommend this game to somebody who has never played it before? Because you yourself have never played this game before, never seen it, never. Nope. So what would you recommend it?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely recommend it. I think it's a really cute game. It's not as easy as you think it'd be. But yeah, I definitely would play it again.
All right, nice. So last question. What would you rate this game out of 10? So just this game as it stands alone, what would you rate it?
I'd say maybe like 8 out of 10.
Okay, all right, that's good. 8. So 8 galaxies out of 10. That's a high rating for somebody who's never played it before, and you're not used to these kind of games.
Right. So, yeah, but it was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. I know you like Kingdom Hearts. So in the future, when we do a Nintendo Newbie segment, would you want to come back?
Yes.
Sweet. Would you like to play a game more like Kingdom Hearts, or would you like to play? Because I know you said you like Kingdom Hearts, Mario Party, Mario Kart. Would you want to play something out of your comfort zone again, or would you want to play, like if you were a gamer, to stick with things that you know and that you like?
No, I think I'm like open to playing all types of games, really. Yeah, so anything goes.
You're a little bit more adventurous.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show and being a part of it. It was really, really, really fun getting to watch you play it and stuff like that, getting to experience it. So I hope that, everybody at home, for everybody at home. If you know somebody who's not a gamer and who wants to try new things, why don't you go ahead and ask them to play some games with you, and then, hey, they might like it. Turns out they might be what they're missing. So thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Well, that about wraps up this episode. Thank you guys for listening. Remember to follow us on Instagram at NintenFriends, and you can listen to us on Spotify and the Anchor app as well as YouTube. From us here at NintenFriends, thank you for being our player too, and we hope you can join us next time to play